Hey guys, welcome to Inspire to Cook. It's nice and beautiful outside, so it's time to go camping. But even if you don't get to go camping, you still get to try the camping, delicious food that will remind you of a relaxation and no worries at all. Well, today I'm gonna show you how to make one of the best cooking out or camping foods out there, onion buns. The ingredients we're gonna need today is 1 pound of ground beef, 1 chicken egg, about 2 onions or so, depending on the size. And we're gonna use the Worcestershire sauce. This is how it's spelled, I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing it right. As well as some garlic powder and parmesan cheese and salt and pepper, of course. You wanna make sure to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So we're gonna start with the onion. I peeled my onion and there are 2 ways to do it. But first, I'm gonna get rid of the endings on one side and the other one as well. And then there are 2 options. The simple one is to cut it in half and use 2 halves of each layer to make 1 circle. I'm actually gonna do a more advanced option. I'm gonna get rid of the core. I'm gonna cut it out from the top first, and then I'm gonna take it out from the bottom as well. Just like that. And same with the other side. And you can simply push it out with a fork. Just like that. And then I'm simply gonna cut it on one side all the way through. And then we're gonna mesh it up a little bit so the layers separate. You see how nicely they separate? Gotta be gentle. Take your time, don't break them. Take out the middle. This is how it's gonna look when we're done. You take it out layer by layer, just like that. I'm gonna use my finger to separate the layers. See how it comes off. Make sure not to break it. This is the largest bun, just like that, and we're going to do it with every layer. The first layer is probably the hardest one, the top layer. These ones will come off a little bit more naturally. These we're going to use as core for our onion buns, and we're going to set them aside. And we're going to start working on the meat. I'm going to grab my egg and go ahead and whisk it up. So I'm going to whisk it up until it's one in consistency, just like you do in scrambled eggs. Nice and fluffy. And I'm gonna soften up my ground beef. You can use any meat, but I prefer to use ground beef for that. And we're not gonna waste those pieces of onion that we actually just took out and some that broke. And we're gonna shred it right on top of our meat. If you don't have the shredder, you can simply cut them into small pieces. You can also just chop it up if you don't have a shredder, or maybe even use a handheld blender to mix it in. We want to make sure to get as much of the onion juice as we can. If you chop it up, you want to go ahead and grab it into your hand and squeeze it out to make sure we get the juice. Look at it. This is what we need. We want to make sure it actually lets the juice out and just let all the crumbles go into the meat. And we're going to add our dry ingredients. I'm going to put the 1 tablespoon of parmesan cheese, followed by 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, followed by about a half a tablespoon of salt. You can add more as you taste it. And we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. A little extra would not hurt. And we're gonna put our egg in it. And you wanna make sure your hand is clean and go ahead and mix it all in with the hand. This is the best way to mix it. And we're gonna start putting the meat right into the onions, into our bombshells, as we call them. As a variation, I actually cut up 1 mozzarella cheese stick into cubes, and we're gonna do a cool variation with some cheese deliciousness to it. I'm gonna put in a little bit of meat right in here, and we're gonna grab our cheese stick and put it right so it's right in the middle, just like that. And we're gonna finish it off with stuffing the meat. I wouldn't exaggerate if I say it's gonna be a bomb. Ooh. Our onion buns are all stuffed up, and we're ready to wrap them up into foil. We're simply gonna put them in the middle and wrap it up just like that. Set them on our pan. If you actually put them on a charcoal, or burnt wood charcoal or something, you wanna make sure you actually double roll them so it doesn't burn as much. Our buns all wrapped up and they're gonna be ready to explode with flavor. And we're gonna put it in the oven for about 25 minutes at 425 degrees. These buns are ready to explode, or I hope they are. If you could only smell this deliciousness, this smells just amazing. Simply incredible. Look at that. Ooh, check this out. I can't wait to cut into them. This one doesn't look like it has cheese in it, but I'm about to try it.
It does.
The cheese is actually easy in there. It's just a little bit hard. Very delicious, guys. And the cheese is cooking up. You definitely need to try it, and it's so much better when you cook it on a charcoal grill. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna use some Worcestershire. What do you call this? And we're gonna use this sauce, rid of the S. What is it called? And we're gonna put them in the oven so they're.
English. Problems. Bye.